is a film called Pymmes Park, the Lungs of Edmonton. We are going to share the link to this. It's going to be circulated. When this being put together, you will see probably some of yourselves on it, because I'm a little film here while we're doing part one. Please have a look at it. Please like it on social media.
Thank you so much. Give it to him, please. Give it to him, please.
When's your film going to be released then?
Next year.
Next year?
Next summer.
Oh, right.
I'm making a film about Pymmes Park.
This is your job.
Welcome to 2024. Good to be back. It's Trevor Blackman here with Trevor Blackman Now. This is Maritime Radio's award-winning community talk show that, well, shines light on and gives voice to London and the world's diverse community in action. To enter a crossroads where the pulse of creativity beats in rhythm with the heart of our community, and head to North East London to an oasis of a park called Pymmes Park. Through the lens of two documentary makers and local residents of Enfield, they've produced a documentary called Pymmes Park, the Lungs of Edmonton. This poetic exploration, a canvas painted with funds from both Enfield Council and the National Lottery Heritage Fund, is more than a film. It's the narrative of nature and community woven into the fabric of Edmonton. To tell us the why behind the film, on Friday, the filmmakers Joelle Giacchine and Hannah Sal-Tomei told me what inspired them to capture the essence of Pymmes Park and define it as the lungs of Edmonton.
I think about 20 years ago, I found out that my grandfather actually lived just down the road from here. And at the time it was a dairy, and he was one of 7 brothers. And so his bedroom window looked onto some cows. And I didn't know that I had family history here. And I was working at Middlesex University, and I came to this area and I felt kind of strangely drawn to it. And I realised now that this was probably my grandfather's local park.
What I do remember is that there was quite a big house in Pymmes Park many years ago now, and it has a garden which we call the walled garden. It is kept up and maintained, and it's very, very pretty. You can go in there any day of the week, not weekends unfortunately, because the gates have to be locked up. They're open quite early, and then they're locked up about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But the house unfortunately got burnt to the ground, but the walled garden is still there for people to see.
This is someone's memories, as I just mentioned, how important oral histories are. So this is all around 1900, someone writing as a child what they used to do at the park. The main attraction in Pymmes Park just over 50 years ago was the Old English Garden. It was a picture in the summer. The lake was constructed in 1904, but it was not opened for boating until Good Friday in 1905. The work was done by the local council and provided a boon to the unemployed. There was a small playground for children with swings and roundabouts. The roundabouts consisted of long chains and strong wooden bar which one grasped. We boys ran around faster and faster, round and round, faster and faster, until we became airborne. The swings consisted of long chains and pieces of wood placed across them, crude but strong. Where North Middlesex Hospital stands was the old infirmary and Klinghoff's factory used to be by the Strand Union Workhouse. Close by was the Edmonton Workhouse. Many a harrowing story could be told of these institutions and the taskmasters and relieving officers of those far-off days. Thank goodness social advancement has made such a place such a nasty memory.
It's not raining rain to me. It's not raining rain to me. The fields of clover bloom, where any buccaneering bee can find a bed and room. A health unto the happy, a fig for him who frets. It's not raining rain to me. It's raining violets. It's not raining rain to me. It's not raining rain to me. It's raining daffodils. In every dimple drop I see wildflowers on the hills. The clouds of grey engulf the day and overwhelm the town. It's not raining rain to me. It's raining roses down. It's not raining rain to me. It's raining roses down. It's not raining rain to me.
It's good to be back. It's the show that plays the tracks from my collection and usually provides the headline news you might have missed, but not today, because it's really a packed show. So, over the next 2 hours, we tackle voter fatigue, fuel community inspiration, and embark on a mindful, odyssey. Yeah, I'll use the word odyssey towards 2024's potential. So hey, this is Trevor Blackman now. So let's get to it.
Real people, inspiring stories, living legends, award-winning talk show. Trevor Blackman now. Trevor Blackman now.
I did it!
How many birds?
1 and 2.
2. Okay, great.
I'm John Clark, I'm the Local Studies Officer for Enfield. We're in the map room of Enfield Local Studies Search Room, based at Civic Centre. Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Pymmes Park, ladies and gentlemen, the lungs of Edmonton. Let me tell you that this film is being made by a couple of really lovely people, and they want to know as much about the park as they possibly can find out. so that they run this film which has been funded by the council, and several of us, I think, have said it should be called the Lungs of Edmonton, because as far as they're concerned and we're concerned, and I think probably every other group's concerned, that's what Pymmes Park is, the Lungs of Edmonton.
I'm not here just for myself, to be grasping and never caring. Not here just for myself, holding on yet never holding. I'm not here to take and not give back. Not here for my own self. I'm not here to grab what I want without thinking of others. That's not me. I wanna make life better, leave this place a little happier. Wanna share the beauty I see. Wanna make everything better like it ought to be. I'm not here just for myself, holding on yet never giving. Not here to hide the fact that this world needs so much more loving. I wanna make life better, leave this place a little happier. Wanna share the beauty I see. Wanna make everything better like it ought to be. I'm not here just for myself. Not here, not here, not here for myself. Not here, not here. I wanna make life better, leave this place a little happier. Wanna share the beauty I see. Wanna make everything better like it ought to be.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton. How amazing.
One, two, three. My turn.
Yeah.
Should I run?
Yeah.
How much?
Too much.
Okay.
Okay, and here we have the maps. Maps are really good at illustrating how an area's changed, especially the park. This is the latest OS map we have. It's from the 1930s. You'll see the pretty much as we understand it today. I mean, the house has gone and everything, and the North Cirque here is not much bigger than a single or two-lane track there, soon to be expanded and taken all through that way from there. So that's 1936. This one is 1912. So you can see the park again here. The area's not quite as built up as we understand it is today. We've still got the old workhouse down there, the Strand Union workhouse on the other side from the street from the park.
I have jotted down a few facts about Pymmes Park. It is of local importance of nature conservation in this area. It's also supposed to be a site of archaeological importance. The brief history is that William Pym, that's where the Pymmes Park name comes from, built Pymmes House around 1327, a long time ago. The land was granted to him by the King Edward II. The estate has changed hands several times until Thomas Wilson bought it in 1524. Then later on, William Cecil also had it from 1582 onwards. Apparently, Ray family owned it from 1808 to 1899. The local council purchased it to provide public open space, and the park was open to the public in 1906. 1990s, they received a £2.8 million from the Heritage Lottery Fund. Was granted for restructuring project for the park. I'm Mumtaz Ahmed, and we moved to London from Yorkshire in 2015 as my husband was ill and my daughters live in London. So I literally live 5 minutes away from Pymmes Park. Both my husband and myself are doctors, and I had retired from my work before I left Leeds, but I still am practicing occasionally. I believe Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Pymmes Park, ladies and gentlemen, the lungs of Edmonton.
I know you feel so sad, trapped in the worst pain you ever had. And I know you feel all alone when you're home. You don't feel at home. Sometimes the walls, they're closing in. Sometimes it feels like you'll never win. Get out and get some fresh air. Stand under a tree in the middle of nowhere. Get out and breathe life in. Get out for the sake of everything. too fast. I know a beautiful rose will never last, but remember, your heart is strong. With a little courage, you'll find your own song. Get out and get some fresh air. Stand under a tree in the middle of nowhere. Get out and breathe life in. Get out for the sake of everything. I know you feel so sad, trapped in the worst pain you've ever had. And I know you feel all alone. When you're home, you don't feel at home. Sometimes the walls, they're closing in. Sometimes it feels like you'll never win. Get out and get some fresh air. Stand under a tree in the middle of nowhere. Get out and breathe life in. Get out for the sake of everything.
What is the importance of Edmonton Community Partnership work in Pymmes Park?
The importance of Edmonton Community Partnership being in Pymmes Park is that we're giving opportunities for local residents and organisations to, one, have space. Space is important. The fact that we have taken over the Pymmes Park Visitors Centre has allowed more organisations to be based in the park and provide their services directly to the community. So the importance really is, for me, I think, just being a space where not only can organisations gather, but communities can gather and do for themselves. So that's everything from activities to advice and information services as well. We've started a youth club here because of the young people saying they needed a space, a safe space for them. We're supporting other organisations where we've got homeless people, local homeless people in the park or in the surrounding areas, but here they can come 3 days a week to get advice, information, support, food, a place to do their washing and have a wash. So for me, it's just about serving the community and opening up a space which was closed, which now people can walk through and feel actually comfortable in that space. There's no judgment, there's no hierarchy. We try to make it affordable or free. And it's part of many things in this park. We're bringing back the marvel of Pymmes Park. I think you talk about, the lungs of Edmonton, the breath of Edmonton breathing in. This is what we are alongside others. Nothing we do is in isolation. It's all about partnership and particularly working with the community. So my name is Trevor Blackman. I'm the CEO of Edmonton Community Partnership, and I started work at Edmonton Community Partnership in 2020. So now this is my 4th year at Edmonton, ECP as we call it.
I moved here to be in this gorgeous position, looking the park, about 32 years ago now. And when I came, I obviously loved the park. And so I made it my mission actually to find out, who was keeping the park up to standards. And I came across this guy called Alex, who was a lovely guy. He was really, and got chatting to him one day, and he was telling me about the Friends group. And unfortunately at that time I was working full time and everything else, and I had my mother, she had Alzheimer's. So I was very, very tied up. And unfortunately, Alex died about 4 years afterwards. But a lovely lady called Teresa Leffley, she took over from Alex and did a brilliant job of it. There was many volunteers and they really, really looked after the park. But then Teresa started to find it was a little bit too much trouble just for her as in charge of the group. So I offered my services and I said to her, Teresa, can I help at all in any way with the problems that you're having? And she took me up on it. So for a few years I was just helping Teresa along, and then unfortunately Teresa decided that she really felt that she needed to leave. Her husband was very poorly and she couldn't fit it all in. So that was the time that I took over the chair about 14 years ago now, and I've been doing it ever since. But unfortunately we do need some nice young robust girls and boys to help us, because you can see I'm ageing now and I can't do what I used to do. But if we've got people there, then the group will go on and it will make things really nice for all the local people. My name's Jennifer Jenkins and I'm the chair of the Friends of Pymmes Park. I live in Park Lane, which is opposite the sports field, which is great for me because I'm on location more or less. I've been chair for 14 years and I love it.
But that's the pond from that one. Okay, and now this is the oldest one of the series. This is about 1860s, so hardly any development at all on the area. The house is still there, obviously. And from that one from there. And Edmonton, it's just really a ribbon of houses. There's no field. This is all fields. Still got the workhouse here, obviously. And all fields going through that one. It might look like it would be quite a bucolic area, but it would have actually been quite a rural slum at the time. Was the Rays that were up there until, I think they were there for about a good 100 years. Before that, it belonged to the Cecil family, the Burley family. And then when the council bought it, municipal council bought it, at the turn of the century, and then turned it into the park. The house was in the Burley family for a long time, when Cecil bought it. After that, the Ray family took it over. They were about 100 years. And then the council bought it over and turned it into the park that you know today. There's some here of the lake. That's a nice one there. Some from the bandstand. This is from BJ Day, 15th of August 1945, when the celebration, end of the war against Japan. This is a picture of the old house here. The house burnt down during the war. The rumour was that it was burnt down by enemy action, by bombing or something, but there was no enemy action on that day, so the rumour is that it may have been burnt down by, ironically, the fire wardens of the time. Got some nice interior ones here. As you can see, it was quite a grand old house. A very early one there from 1898. Here's a photo of the lake with a house in the background there. An earlier one with a slightly different view. A very similar one there.
Just go along with nature, that's the safest way. Sunny goes a beaming and smiling.
I think with Pymmes Park, it's not very well known. I always feel that Edmonton is a little bit of the black sheep of Enfield. It's the one they don't talk about too much. You know, when the Enfield Art Circle and other people, and I tell them I'm in Edmonton, they don't really know, even though, and some people actually surprised that Edmonton's in Enfield. And I think with my work particularly, I've started focusing on Pymmes Park. And the comment I get the most is, that can't be Pymmes, it's too beautiful. And I think that one of the reasons why, and I said to Dion, the photographer that took the photographs I based them on, I said the same thing to her. It doesn't look like Pymmes. The angle she's chosen is just beautiful. But I realised I was saying the same thing everybody else was, that it is a beautiful park. And I think I'd like to highlight that with my work, which is why I've started the project, Painting in Pymmes.
My name is Samishta Brahm, and I am secretary for Friends of Pymmes Park. And I've been living in Edmonton for about almost 20 years. So I know this place very well.
For blind people, which is the biggest challenge on learning this game?
They're all challenges, anything you do as a blind person, but with this it's two different things. First of all, you have to get your length right. When you're bowling the wood, you bowl it out, it's got a bias on the wood and it comes in, so you bowl it away from the string and it comes back into the string, hopefully towards the jack. So, but then you have to get the length as well as the bias. So there are two things you need to get right to get it to come right up to the jack.
You move the jack 2 feet.
Get out and breathe life in. Get out for the sake of everything.
Right, my name is James Finch. I'm totally blind. I've been playing for this club now for about 7 years, and I travel all the way from Ponders End, which is about 3 miles away.
My name is Amici Anolu. I'm a local resident, and behind me is the visitor centre that we painted in 2021 in September. I was actually a volunteer when we painted the mural, and we painted it over 2 weeks. It was fantastic. We had so many of the locals that came and took part. Great for me, being an artist and getting involved in a massive project like this was quite overwhelming. But during the process, I got on really well with the people that ran the project, and now we are a group, 34 Bus Collective, and we produce murals all around Enfield Borough, predominantly. This is the very first project, and it's an amazing addition to the park, because what it looked like before was nothing like this.
Since I'm the oldest, that it's down to me to talk about history. I think the estate for Pymmes Park dated back to somewhere in the 1300s. I'm aware that it was used for searchlights during the war, and this building that we're in was a civil defence headquarters. That was used for administration, logistics and what have you. So it will be in the home to the air raid patrols and things like that. There's also a bunker which is no longer in existence, but over in the park, which will be used as an air raid shelter, I would suspect. As well as that, the house itself was bombed in 1940, and the only part of that that's left is the walled garden. The civil defence that was here, I think went on, I don't know when they finally left here, but the park was gifted to the council in 1906 from the family. So it's been in their possession for quite some time, and it's certainly been maintained to an excellent standard. With the civil defence, as I said, they finished in, I think, the 1960s, was taken over by the Royal Observer Corps, and I think they continued on until the 1990s. So when they actually stopped using the park, I don't know. And the other thing is that we believe that the visitor centre was actually used as an isolation ward for the North Middlesex Hospital at some point during that time. I'm Dave Hale. I'm a Veterans Coordinator employed by Age UK through funding from the Armed Forces Covenant and the Veterans Foundation. We hold coffee clubs which are to help veterans of all services to prevent isolation and loneliness. So we originally started off at Lancaster Road and we moved to Pymmes Park earlier this year. Since that time the building's been done up and we meet every 2 weeks on a Friday afternoon, have coffee and a general chat and play snooker when it's free.
So first of all, like, what's your connection with Pymmes Park? How do you know about Pymmes Park?
I don't have any connection with it. That picture that was originally in the library was one that I took just really probably by chance when I was doing some other aerial photography. And then it happened that I also was able to find the picture that I sent you subsequently, which was better than the one that was in the library. My only connection with Pymmes Park was that when I used to live in London, I occasionally went to do the park run in Pymmes Park on Saturday mornings. And it's one of the nicest park runs in North London, I would say. Pymmes Park, the Lungs of Edmonton.
Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody! Sorry, am I the only person here? Good morning! Good morning! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to Pymmes. You all right? Welcome to Pymmes Park. To those of you, if it's your first time to park run, welcome. And if it's your first time to Pymmes Park, really happy to see you here. Did everyone go to the first timers briefing? Does everybody know what they're about to do today? Oh, that's excellent, absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. And those of you that can run under 15 minutes, get a slice. Anyone after 15 minutes? I just have no words for you to say. It's up to you if you can make it. I know of one milestone, but do we have any others? Anybody doing a 50? Anyone? 25 volunteers is a good one. And just to say, Paul is also doing 25.
What is the importance of Pymmes Park Run work in Pymmes Park?
Well, the importance of Park Run in general is that it's a free weekly timed 5K event that runs in parks across the UK, in fact across the world. But in Pymmes, it brings the local community together. So it gets people out, it gets people active. People start out walking in some cases, and then they'll build up to running. Other people will stay walking. And I guess that shows how inclusive we are. You turn up, you do your thing. You know, you do your 5K however you want to do it. whether that be walking, jogging, running, juggling, skipping, you know, whatever you want to do, you come and do it. Or you come to volunteer. And people will do a bit of both. So they will run some weeks and volunteer other weeks, or do some roles where you can volunteer and run together. And it brings people together. It builds a community. It gives those connections. So we've got people at Pymmes Park Run who started off as people who were just walking in the park at the same time as, you know, Park Run was on, and have gradually, you know, been persuaded to join us, and now they're making other connections. They've built other friendships as a result, and it leads to other activity. So that's the long answer. The short answer of what the importance is that it builds healthier, happier people. Yeah. So my name's Kat. I live very locally, just over the border in Haringey, less than a mile from the park. And I've been doing Park Run for 7 years now.
Well, my name is Reggie. I live in Enfield and I come here just to do Pymmes Park Run. I've been doing it since 2011.
So my name's Jennifer Stellini and I've been running with Park Run for 12 years and I've enjoyed every minute of it. And I live in the borough of Enfield.
So my name's Dylan. I live in Tottenham and I've been with Pymmes Park Run for 7 years.
So this plant is called mallow, and if you try them, and is anybody brave enough to try? It's a family of plants called malva. It actually has a medicine as well, so it's very good for the digestive tract. So, yeah, doesn't it have that real musky? Anyone else? Martin, what is the importance of Mind's work in Pymmes Park?
The importance of Mind's work in Pymmes Park is that we've created a space which is very calming, it's very peaceful. You can still hear Edmonton, you know you're in Edmonton, but you feel, anyone that comes here feels very relaxed, very peaceful. And it's a space where people can learn to garden, but also we've got a lot of wildlife here. So you can be with wildlife and learn from wildlife. We do lots of creative things here. So it's got, there are many reasons why it's important. Hi, my name's Martine Drake and I'm the Wellbeing Learning and Activities Manager for Mind in Enfield and Barnet. We're in the Mind Garden in Pymmes Park, which is in Edmonton, and Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
It is a beautiful park and there's lots of parts to it. It's very different. It's got so many different sections to it, and that's what makes it more interesting. I remember my first winter and it snowed, and it was something like 11:30 at night and we went out for a walk and everybody was out, everybody was saying hello as if it was daytime, and it was just such a lovely, magical kind of, so that you've got to see it in the winter. It's beautiful when it snows. I've met a lot of people in the park, and I think as a dog walker you do. Lots of embarrassing moments with dogs as well, so but there's been lots of characters as well. Dog cycle is very short, so we've seen dogs come and go. Yeah.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Very high.
I tried to find my way through the house of mirrors. In her eyes is my reflection of so much sorrow and introspection. In his eyes is a golden truth, covered by his wandering youth. I've tried to heal my life in the house of mirrors, tempted as I try in the house of mirrors, to paint it white, out of mind, as out of sight in the house of mirrors. As I find my strength, I get closer to the real house of mirrors. Past the glass, past the silver, in my mind, they're all the time, just like her, just like you.
Real people, inspiring stories, living legends, award-winning talk show. Trevor Blackman Now. Trevor Blackman Now.
My hope in Pymmes Park is firstly, and I would like to see, is we open a new Astro here. That's my aim, you know. And as a White Star, I would like to see one of our players to be going on TV and professional and say, this is where he came out from, you know. That's my plan, that's my aim, and that's what everybody dreams on, you know. And these kids behind me, that's what they want to see every single here. And I believe in every single player that is with us, you know. And the amount of work we do behind the scene to put players into academies is unbelievable. I don't like talking about it because people always say to them that I don't tell people what we do. You come, you see yourself, you know. And this is what we're saying. That people always tell me, Ali, you do a fantastic job, but I don't see that. I only want to see kids smiling, doing the right things, you know. So I'm really, really happy the work that we're doing, and I'm really happy, obviously, people recognizing the amount of work is going through Pymmes Park and Enfield area, and you know, this is what main thing that we really need to do. So my name is Ali, and I've been running White Star since 2002, and the important for Pymmes Park is, as you can see, amount of kids are coming here to do different activities, and you know, out from gang or postcode. So it helps this park. A lot of kids come in here and get to know each other. That's what this park do. You know, it brings people together.
What is your most memorable and inspiring experience of your time in Pymmes Park so far?
Just coming here and training, really. Every other day that I wasn't doing anything, I could come here and train. You know, there was a lot of equipment here and people to try to help me become a better player and a better coach. My name is Giovanni Kinzonzi. I'm 20 years old and I'm a coach at White Star.
My name is Ramin Keshavas. Originally, I'm Iranian. I came to the country since I was very young, and been playing football myself in the past, and since 15 I've been starting doing the coaching. So I would say it's around 16, 17 years that I've been doing the coaching. Had players move into academies, had players move around, and mentoring them. It's what I would like to call it. It's just making them happy, seeing them smiling, seeing them around, seeing them, you know, they just enjoy doing what they do. And no matter what you do, I would say, if you can help one another, if you can inspire them, if you have a passion for what you do, then that will get you moving.
So my name's Hidefi, I'm 20 years old, and I've been playing at this park since I was a kid. Been playing for White Star Academy from about the age of 6, all the way up the ranks, all the way to 16, and now that I'm 20, I've been coaching here for the past 2 years. And you know, it's always a pleasure helping out the community, helping out my childhood club, seeing them achieve things over the years, becoming a bigger club. And you know, the main goal is, which is keeping the boys off the street, especially looking at the area that we live in.
Ronald Marco. Came to England in 1950 as a 9-year-old, and I've lived in this country now for 72 years.
What is your most memorable and inspiring experience of your time
Yes.
in Pymmes Park so far?
Well, I wouldn't call it a pleasant experience, but some years ago, when I was, member of Pymmes Park, friends of Pymmes Park, I used to walk the park every day, and there was one particular day I was walking around the lake just to see, everything there. Then this gentleman, if you can call him that, came along and pushed me in the lake. That's about the most memorable thing I can remember for the park. Ready? Right. Well, I'm Peter Massey, 84-year-old single furs, and I joined this walking club, I can't see, could be 15 years or more ago. Lived in Edmonton now for 42 years. Used to, when I was fitter, regularly visit the park every day. And at one time I was the vice chairman of Friends of Pymmes Park, and we used to hold our meetings here, and we used to go round, you go through the bushes, see if people had dumped stuff, and then notify them in the office. And I also served some years as a street hawk for Enfield Council. What you do when you're walking around your local street, if you see like pavement damage or a load of rubbish, you will give them, or something like overgrown hedge, you will give them cards to fill in, post it to the council, and the idea was they'll come and deal with it. Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton for the people to share.
Well, the most memorable really is the walk. It's got to be the walk. Yeah, it's simple. One small paragraph, it's the walk. Yeah. Although it's a lovely park, and I enjoyed this park, I think it's a lovely park, but it's definitely the walk that's most memorable for me to be here.
Hi, I'm Grace Watts. I'm the Day Centre Services Manager of All People, All Places. My most memorable and inspiring experience within Pymmes Park is a really hard question to answer, I think, because in the work that we do, working with the people that we work with, I guess every day is quite memorable and inspiring in terms of like supporting people that are experiencing homelessness. There's been many clients that we've worked with who have entered the service feeling like really lost, feeling quite hopeless, have maybe entered other services and have felt like they haven't had the support that they needed or wanted. A lot of people are really marginalised as well from society that we work with because of many different factors, including like mental health, substance misuse, immigration status. And so I think it's really important that we have created a space where everyone feels welcome and included. So for me, that's really inspiring to be able to work in a place that does that. But it's memorable for me to work here because we have had quite a few clients that have come that have been rough sleeping, maybe even in the park, and now have their own properties in the local area. So I think that's really memorable and inspiring for me to be able to work with people that are local people that have been homeless and now aren't. I think that in itself is just an amazing thing.
My name's George, I'm the Chief Exec of All People, All Places. We're a homeless charity. We run a day centre provision from the visitor centre here in Pymmes Park. We're open 3 days a week. We provide respite and a safe space to be for people that are rough sleeping or at risk of homelessness. We offer access to some food, some drinks, shower facilities and laundry facilities, and housing advice and advocacy for people of Edmonton and Enfield.
Hi, I'm Keith Rowley. I'm the captain of Pymmes Park Bowls Club. We play lawn bowls for whoever wants to come into the park and play a competitive game. It's an activity that can last 2 to 3 hours depending on the game. Yeah, we're open to anyone. We host a visually impaired club that use string down to give them direction. Yeah, we're competitive. We play over North London in many different clubs.
For who is starting to play, which is the biggest challenge in learning how to play?
I guess if you're really completely blind, then it'll be a bigger challenge. And so we have strings with the jack there, we have strings so that blind bowlers can make use of it. My name is Dee Jetwa and I'm visually impaired. Been coming to Pymmes for at least about 8 years or so, when our other bowling clubs stopped. So yeah, that's why we've been here.
Hello, you're welcome. Hello, young man, you okay? Five. Which one do you like?
Could we have a small Mr. Whippy?
Small.
Small one.
Yes, no problem. There you go.
And could I get a cherry brandy?
Cherry brandy lolly.
It's not raining, rain to
There we go.
Thank you.
That's no problem. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yes, please.
In every dimple drop I see wildflowers on the hills. The clouds of grey engulf the day and overwhelm the town. It's not raining, rain to me.
What is the importance of Pymmes Park Bowls Club work in Pymmes Park?
It brings people together socially. They develop skills, they learn from each other, and it's a great glue, a social glue to keep us together. And we learn from each other. And we go to other clubs and play in other clubs as well. Other clubs come and visit us, and it's great. And we all shake hands at the end and have tea and cake and biscuits and sometimes a pint. But it keeps us together as friends socially, and it's a great park. And I think I'm on a cruise ship here because I can't see any tall buildings except for that one. So it's very nice, a nice, lovely, friendly atmosphere.
My name is Mona Ascot. I am an art teacher and artist. I have been living opposite Pymmes Park, right opposite it, for the last 20 odd years. I'm involved in Pymmes Park Run every week and visit it daily with my dog. I am visually impaired. I've got something called nystagmus, which is kind of gives you a blurry vision. The work in itself, when I'm working outside, it can only be as detailed as I can see it. It's not necessarily this blurry, but when I compare myself to the work I do in the studio, where I've got the iPad and I can zoom in and I can work, it's different. I prefer the work I do outside. It's more spontaneous, it's more about the colour and the light and just capturing that moment, rather than worrying about the little detail that I do in the studio. So if I could see better, I'll probably spend more time on the work, and that might be a good thing, but I'll let you judge that. So this is for an example of what I plan to do today. So I tried a few examples to test out before I go into, because I paint quite quickly, so I like to do something more detailed and controlled beforehand. Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
very good.
I'm glad. Oh, nice one. So these are the flowers. These are actually dandelion buds that have been pickled. Yeah. Yeah, the like immature flower. Yeah, well that's the thing. There are many, many things. So these are pickled in vinegar.
It's raining daffodils in every dimple drop I see.
You can see it's very easy to make really pretty things with wild food. It's very true that. Really.
Okay. Thank you. Dandelion bud.
So I'm Christina Kalinowski. I trade under Doodle Designs. I'm Edmonton based. I would describe myself as an artist, a community artist. I do a lot of work within the community, and I also do workshops and train teachers in schools. The community is of the essence of everything I do. So there are certain areas that naturally bring people together. So schools being one of them, parks being another. And so for me, the importance of working inside a park, and in particular Pymmes Park, is it's local to my home, it's my local community, and I feel that whatever I do within Pymmes Park and beyond the park walls and further into Edmonton adds value to the area I'm raising my children in and bringing up my family. I think I've noticed a lot of families that I've met through the work that I do, they feel that there's a real lack of things to do in Edmonton for families. So I think the value in terms of and the importance of what we're doing here is rather than families having a default setting to jump on the train at Silver Street or at Edmonton Green and head on into Tottenham or into Hackney or into Liverpool Street to find their fun. For me, the importance is retaining those families and keeping them within Edmonton and having fun on their doorstep.
It's cold, Daddy. The rain is stopped. Hooray!
My name's Dave. I was in the 1st Battalion of Queen's Regiment from 1967 to 1976. And I've travelled quite a few places in the army, and it's the first time I've been here, and I just want to make a few more visits here, okay? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Steve Stavrino. I was in the Royal Fusiliers in the early 70s. I live in Chingford. I started going to the Chingford morning club, Coffee Club, and then heard about this one in Pymmes Park, so I came here regularly.
My name is Rudy Huggard, and I was in the National Service at the Royal Signals from 1957-59. When I came out, I went to Western Union as an operator there, and since then, up to date now, I come on the walk and I make sure the doors are open, it's all clean up here, get the teas, make the teas, etc. Clean, make sure it's clean when we leave, and lock the front gates when we go out. So,
what is the importance of the Age UK group work in Pymmes Park?
The important thing of that is that with us, as we get older, we tend to get, children grow up, we tend to get isolated. And having a group like this, and with the walk, as well as the exercise, it's regular company. They're people you meet every week, you have your cup of tea, and we discuss what's gone on the previous year, we'll often discuss we see on the television. And it's just someone to talk to. Because without that, as well as me and a lot of these people, other than their own family, they don't see anybody these days.
What are the benefits for the people who come and enjoy the group here in the park?
Well, the exercise, all right, the reasonably fresh air, and especially with the children's playground, it's somewhere safe for the children to play. It's not safe to play in the roads now. You never see children like I did that played in the road. We played hopscotch and whatever. But they've got a place here that the children and the parents can come, and if they're interested in wildlife, there's plenty of wildlife here for them to see. And if it should ever stop, it was such a loss to people.
My name is Roy. I'm not a veteran, but I'm a member of the Royal British Legion, and I like coming to Pymmes Park, because I was born in this area in 1955. I come here quite a lot. My family still live in Edmonton, and I enjoy these coffee meetings with all the veterans.
What is your most memorable and inspiring experience of your time in Pymmes Park so far?
Right. I was born and bred in Edmonton. My birth certificate says I was born in Pymmes Park because the registry was in Pymmes Park and not over at the hospital. So for births and deaths and marriage certificates, it was all done in Pymmes Park. And I've had many years. The things that we've had here, the boats, the lakes, the fields, the playing fields, the football fields, the park itself, everything it's always been good fun. Pymmes Park has been so known for it. And we even had a local pub called the Pymmes Park Inn. So yeah, very good here. That's it.
John Coster and his team are amazing, because without them, oh my God, just nothing would get done in this park. John Coster and his team from the council, so they're doing all the gardening, all the maintenance, except it's a parks team. They are amazing, okay? John's team and the rest, we're all about solutions here, and this is about bringing Pymmes Park, the lungs of Edmonton, together, because people are breathing together collectively.
So we normally put the football pitches in. So basically it normally takes about 2 to 3 hours for 2 guys to put a football pitch in, but with this new robot, once it's programmed in, it will do it all by GPS, and it takes about 30 to 35 minutes to put in a brand new football pitch and about 25 minutes to remark a pitch. So in situations when we lose it, with the weather and the grass cutting, this can go and put it all back in without getting the strings out, and it's very time efficient, and it gives the guys other opportunities to do the litter and the cutting in the parks. And this is an investment from Enfield Council, what's been very good. The robot is powered by an electric battery, and it's all programmed into the tablet, and the robot follows what the tablet's putting out to it, so it's done by GPS. So everything was programmed last year, and it can paint the lines in, so it's on the tablet throughout the year, so every year we can put it back in, and it's all monitored by GPS, and it saves us a lot of working time, and it's a very good investment by the council. And as you can see now, it's marked out 4 pitches in about an hour, and it will just continue to the last few. And as you can see now, it's done the back touch line. It's going to do the corner D, and then it will straighten back up and finish the touch line. Then it will continue to do the other goal area. So each pitch will take the robot about 20 to 25 minutes to do, if it doesn't lose its GPS signal. What it sometimes does when it's near trees, but other than that, it's a great piece of equipment. And what it's going to do now, it's going to stop and it's going to do the halfway line. And as I said, like, I'm just here supervising it, just making sure that no one damages it or messes around with it, and it pretty much does it all itself. Once the initial marks are put in by myself, the robot will do the rest. So it's just a process of getting all of our pitches in across the borough, what we are doing
throughout the year.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Pymmes Park, ladies and gentlemen, the lungs of Edmonton.
I believe Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Good pass. Man on. Get your head up. Come on, Winnie.
Pymmes Park, the lungs of Edmonton.
Great football players were born in this park. And from these football fields came great professional players who nowadays play professionally, representing important teams in London and around England. They are mostly children and teenagers who are lucky enough to be educated and trained by the excellent and extraordinary coaches of the White Star Academy Football Club team. This all happens in our local park, Pymmes Park.
Yeah. Everyone's the taste of hard work. Yeah. We made it to the final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zombies, you got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton. Truly is.
Pymmes Park is the lungs
Pymmes Park
of Edmonton.
is the lungs of Edmonton.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Pymmes Park, ladies and gentlemen, the lungs of Edmonton.
I believe Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Pymmes Park is the lungs.
Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
I think, it's a good idea, showing people what Pymmes Park is about, showing what happens over here, because before, not a lot of people knew about Pymmes Park, but now because White Star have come in and showcased it as much as they can, it's brilliant, and there's more people coming in every week.
I think Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
My hope in Pymmes Park is firstly, I would like to see is we open a new store here. That's my aim. That's my aim.
Hold your hand, hold your hand. Let's get up. Hold your hand, hold your hand. Open it up.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Hold your hand. Hold this.
Step in. Run, take him away, good boy.
Unlucky.
There's no rush, Kamarian. No rush whatsoever.
Good. Hamza, do you want the football? Hamza, do you want the football? Let's get into space.
Step away.
Get into space.
Good finish.
Shut the faces. Who wants it? Play.
Finish.
Punish. Unlucky. Good save, Anish.
Anish, let's play.
Good save.
So, does anybody know this very spiky bush? It is, yeah. Yeah, so like this, the aroma is quite kind of mysterious. It's quite hard to capture. However, you can capture it, and I believe that I've captured it in this syrup right here. So it's like communion, what we were doing.
Oh yeah, I've got it.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Wildflowers on the hills, the clouds of grey.
So this is Pymmes Park, the Lungs of Edmonton.
It's not that I've given up, not that I don't care, not that I wanna cry, it's just I don't dare. So I'll never be beautiful, I'll just be who I am. Someday I hope you'll understand. It's not that I've given up, not that I don't care, not that I wanna cry, it's just I don't dare.
Okay, yeah, so my name's Neil Hughes. I work for Enfield Council in the Parks Department. Been doing this job now for nearly 20 years. I've been working in Pymmes Park, Wall Garden, for about 3.5 years now. So yeah, about 20 years now I've been doing this job. I was born at North Middlesex Hospital. I can actually see the hospital where I was born. You can also see the garden from the hospital as well. So yeah, it's nice to be working here. Enjoyed every single moment of it. And yeah, it's a lot of hard work. I work here on my own. We've got 2 other guys that do a lot of the work, litter-wise, doing the bins, make sure the maintenance is up to scratch. So yeah, it's been great for the last 3.5 years. Enjoyed every moment of it.
So we've got to sit down on the bike, okay? Do not forget that. Okay. Good day.
Imagine a world where families can easily access bicycles and enjoy outdoor activities and create unforgettable memories. That's exactly what our bike library aims to provide. We provide a wide range of bicycles suitable for all ages, so everyone in the family can enjoy and find the perfect ride. Not only we offer a diverse selection of bikes, but we also provide free cycle training sessions for children and organise family bike rides to ensure that parents and children build up their confidence.
Next door we have a small community hall. It was set up a long time ago, but now there's a group called the Friends of Pymmes Park. They have these lovely letters on the back of their yellow tops, and they do so much for everybody. They're trying to get toilets and running water and all sorts of things to make the park more amenable for everybody. So these people next door who are volunteers are incredible people.
What is the importance of Friends of Pymmes Park working Pymmes Park?
Okay. When I first started volunteering, I realized that the park actually needed a lot of help. And because for me, when I was out of work and after having a long illness, I felt the park had helped me. I felt I needed to help the park. I think everybody who joins Friends of Pymmes Park kind of has that feeling that they need to help in a way that's very selfless and really makes a big difference to the safety and the beauty of the park. It's hard to make a big park like this it's hard to make it more beautiful than it already is to a certain extent, because it's the basis of it is really old, and it's not an ordinary park. It's a park with so many facets to it. It needs care on lots of levels. It needs care on the ground level. It needs even just litter picking. There's graffiti that ends up on bins that needs to be removed. All those things, once they're tackled, really help make the experience of the park a better experience.
What is the importance of gardening and maintenance work in Pymmes Park?
Gardening and maintenance is obviously a major priority to us working in this park. It's something that we do every day. It's our #1 role in this park. As I say, maintenance is vital for us, especially the guys that work in the park. I just think, you know, giving off that vibe that the park is loved and cared for gives a positive vibe for people, you know, coming into the park. You know, I've visited various parks around London, and, you know, being a father with 2 kids, you know, go into a park where it's not very loved and cared for, it doesn't really give you that vibe, and the likelihood of returning to that same park again is quite low. So we don't want that here. You know, we want people to come and visit our park. It's a beautiful park. So yeah, making sure that the maintenance is up to scratch at all times is hugely important to us.
Real people, inspiring stories, living legends, award-winning talk show. Trevor Blackman now. Trevor Blackman now.
Pymmes Park, the Lungs of Edmonton.
So in this lovely wall garden, for me the showstopper is the peonies. So in June they come up really nice. You've got really big white flowers that come up. I know there's a lot of people that actually visit the wall garden around early June specifically for this particular plant. I think the beauty of this particular plant is that it doesn't flower long, which gives you the appreciation of it a lot more. So after about 7 days, the flower will start to fade away, which also gives it its beauty, I believe. But we've got a range of beautiful plants. So we've got the cardoons. They're very architectural in the garden. They stand out. A lot of people either love them or hate them. They're a strange looking plant. People often ask me about this specific plant and how it grows. So these are a biennial. So what I tend to do with this particular plant is that I let it go to seed. And then once it goes to seed, they will start germinating and they gather roots in year 1. And in the following year, we get flowers. So that's what I tend to do with them. The poppies are also biennials as well. I kind of leave the seed heads through the winter for the wildlife to enjoy, and any other seeds that germinate, they will come up the following year too. So they're obviously a wonderful plant to have in the garden. They look even great as an ornament during the winter months as well, which is one of the biggest reasons why I tend to leave them in. And obviously the lavender, I think every garden needs lavender, and the bees are absolutely loving it at the moment. It's slowly coming to a bit of an end, so in the next week or two I'll be going and doing some maintenance work on the lavender to make sure that the flowering is the way it should be flowering the following year. So this is a general concept of what I do in this park on a daily basis. But it's not just a garden for the summer. You know, it's also in the autumn months you can come and visit. The colour that it produces is absolutely wonderful to see. Obviously in the winter I tend to leave as much in the garden as possible rather than cutting everything back, just so the wildlife has a bit of shelter. And then in spring, obviously that's the time where I really do a lot of my work. It's probably for me the busiest time of the year.
Not that I wanna cry, it's just I don't dare.
Many people on the wall are Edmonton residents. David Jason, he was born in Edmonton. You might not know, but Bruce Forsyth lived in Edmonton. We also have some of the people that bowl that are also represented, as well as people that pass us by. Chantel behind me with the bowling ball, she's actually a resident. She also helps us when we produce murals, and she lives just around the corner. We have David Jason there, Only Fools and Horses. He was born in Pymmes Park.
For the future, well, how much more can they improve this lovely park? There's not all I can do to improve it. It's beautiful as it is. That's it. Yeah, definitely. For the trees, for the birds. And I was told, no, it's a walking for health. And they explained to me what it was. And the following week I decided to come down.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Is the lungs of Edmonton.
I believe Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Pymmes Park is the lungs
Pymmes
of
Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
And hopefully in the not too distant future, we have been told that we may well be getting a cafe. And if we do, then that would be excellent, because if there's one thing missing over Pymmes, I think it's a cafeteria. So fingers crossed, everybody, that we get lots more things going in Pymmes Park.
What can you see?
I think Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure, all my pleasure.
Pymmes Park, ladies and gentlemen, the lungs of Edmonton.
See, I am a wave, I will rise and fall, pulled by the moon, shining on you. See, I am a wave, I will rise and shine on you, lifting my way through. See, I am a deep, deep well. I am as big as the ocean, small as a shell, trying to touch the sand before I return again, trying to breathe some life into my own, trying to understand what I've been shown. See, I am an enemy, stretching my arms out in the salty sea. See, I can float on the surface or sink like a heavy stone. I am a wave, and I can rise and fall with you or alone. And I'm trying to breathe some life into my own, trying to understand what I've been shown.
It's a great job because you're trying to bring history back to life, you know, and showing people what was there, what was it like, what was the life like for the people who lived there at the time, you know. So in the park 100 years ago, you know, what was it like for those people there, how their lives were. It can just really bring to life what it was like at the time, instead of just purely just maps and writings and stuff like that.
Pymmes Park, ladies and gentlemen, the Lungs of Edmonton.
Here, have picnics or with their kids, running around playing. The boys would be climbing the trees and felt extremely happy and free,
My hopes are that the band will grow bigger and bigger, that more and more facilities will be available over the park for the people, the local people and their children, and that we can make it a very, very, very happy place.
Happy birthday, Mom. I will say hello, baby, understand. Thanks for coming. Look at it. Oh, wow. Do you want me to open the card for you? Yes. Okay, there's your name. Happy B-Day. Happy birthday, dear Morgan Edgar. Happy birthday with all the best. You will? Come on, Scott.
I'm not here just for myself. Not here, not here.
As a regular person living here, involved in the community, I find genuinely Pymmes Park gives us a lot of joy. The kids are happy here, school holidays, they're always here. There's always, when I have visitors coming from India, we bring them here and the kids go on the zip wire, have a great time. So I feel it's a lovely spot for any person, male, female, old, young, to be yourself and sit here and have nice thoughts.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
If you feel like my friend.
Oh, I'm really happy that a film is being made about the park because I think it deserves to have some attention, and especially a poetic film would be ideal because this is a poetic park.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton. Truly is.
we see lots of great community things here.
You can't see any birds.
Try again.
Official, arbitrary, official.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think Pymmes Park is quite an important park in this area because it has so many things going, so many activities going on in here. And I just hope that it can sort of like bring the community together, get lots more people involved, coming to Park Run and doing other things around here. So I just hope it continues to do that. It's been doing it in the past, it's been doing it now, I'm hoping it's doing it in the future.
3, 2, 1, go. Well done, everyone. Please stay inside the cones. Well done. Excellent. Well done, everyone. Excellent. Well done.
What is the importance of Pymmes Park Run, work in Pymmes Park?
I think Pymmes Park Run is really important because anybody and everybody can come and join in. Doesn't matter whether you're old or young, big or small, it's inclusive for everybody. You can run, you can walk, just as long as you go around the park and have fun. I think that's great.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton. And I've been fortunate enough to experience that all my life.
When you see people who come on their first week and they were walking, you know, they might walk one lap and then they stop and they say, I can't do any more. And then next week they come back, they do a little bit more. And then eventually you see them in 6 months' time and they've jogged the whole way round. And it's really, I'm really happy to see people progress to doing a 5K, to doing different sports. It's amazing. It's really, really nice to see.
So there's a lot to say about cleavers. It's a very interesting and great plant, as well as being annoying in the garden. But so cleavers is in an interesting family of plants called gallium. So Gallium aperine is this one, and it is edible. But to be honest, once it's got to that stage where when it's really tiny, you can eat it as a salad, and I do eat it when it's super young in like January. It's a kind of a tradition to make this in springtime, but just with cold water, or like a cold brew tea, as they say. So you literally get lots of your cleavers, and there's infinite amounts of it, effectively, and chop it up, and just put it in some water, and leave it. I usually leave it overnight. It's done in about kind of like 4 hours or so. It will infuse into the water, and then you squeeze it out, and you get this cold infusion, which we can try. Right, so we're going to try seaweed cold infusion. So do it overnight, because then, as well as making the tea, it also absorbs some of the cold of the night.
That's my first one.
And then it's
celery juice.
Celery with a touch of earthy sky, tree. That'd be really nice.
Very refreshing. It's nothing expensive. It's got a nice subtle flavour in it.
They're actually guavas. I reckon
But you don't know the hell I've been through.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
I've been an art teacher for 23 years. I've recently gone part-time, which I'm trying then to practice what I preach. So I'm recently really trying to promote my own work. Especially, I do like nature, I do like drawing, painting outside, and that's where I'm going.
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
Who is totally blind, he actually has to hold on to the string so he knows where the centre is, and he then...
In the ideal world, well, I just hope it carries on and it doesn't stop, because so many things are stopping now, especially bowls, because not a lot of people, play bowls. And so I hope it just carries on the future, because it's just so vital.
I'm a new member and we're trying to bring in new people all the time. So I'm a newbie here. But we want to try and bring in people from a social point of view, from a sports point of view, and just get people involved with each other, really.
This is fun, Mummy. Is it fun? Yay!
Pymmes Park is the lungs of Edmonton.
I just want Pymmes to become better and better year by year, and we'll only be able to do that if more of the residents join us. So join us, people, please. Yeah.
It's not raining rain to me. It's raining daffodils. In every dimple drop I see wildflowers on the hills. The clouds of grey engulf the day and overwhelm the town. It's not raining rain to me. It's raining roses down. It's not raining rain to me. It's not raining rain to me. The fields of clover bloom, where any buccaneering bee can find a bed and room. A health unto the happy, a fig for him who frets. It's not raining rain to me. It's raining violets. It's not raining rain to me. It's not raining rain to me. It's raining daffodils. In every dimple drop I see wildflowers on the hills. The clouds of grey engulf the day and overwhelm the town. It's not raining rain to me. It's raining roses down. It's not raining rain to me. It's raining roses down. It's not raining rain to me.
Let's go again. Play with the ball.